welcome back to the YouTube channel. MFJJ here, just staring at this glorious, beautiful black gold dual track sight. Long story short, I talked to him about this concept about 5 years ago, really hoping that they would make something that had two pins in it, where the bottom pin moved up and down in a vertical style sight. And after long overdue, they finally made it. And now the only real issue is being able to ship the thing quick enough. This does everything that a pro sight does. If you're familiar with the pro sight, whether it be a single pin pro sight or a multiple pin pro sight, it has the same features. It has the same micro driven left to right, micro driven up and down clicks in it. So every time you move at a given reference, it makes a clicky noise. Right. Same slider chassis, same first axis micro adjustability, which is really dope. If you try to set a rail and get it perfect and actually want to maybe shoot your rail a little bit to confirm it's right, that is the ticket. I haven't seen anybody make a first axis rail that's actually micro driven, and that's I think that's incorporated across the whole line from Ascent up now. I'd have to triple check, but I'm pretty sure it is. So that's a really cool feature, as well as the third axis shootable feature, where most third axes are set it with a tool and hope it's right and test it and find out. Theirs is 100%. You can drive it and shoot it and drive it and change your impact point to where it's same downhill, uphill, and on flat ground. And we could probably make a whole video about how to do that in the future for you guys when the weather's a little nicer, and we'll go outside and shoot some distance and have a group adjustment so you can see what it does and how it works, which is really cool. Which to me, there's a couple features on this that set this above the rest, in my opinion. One, the ability to adjust your head completely independently of the rail here. And what I mean by that is, if your sight gets off for one reason or another, like let's say you were shooting 20 yards and now you're hitting it where 23 yards is, you can simply loosen the screw, drive the whole head, and resight the bow to where it's at 20, and nothing else needs to change. You don't need to move an indicator needle. You don't need to rip a tape off and put a new tape on. It's a simple, easy change. Zero stop 20 also means you can move the sight to where it stops in one direction and you are at 20 yards, which is, to me, very important. Because when you're using a movable sight, you want to be able to move it back to your starting point without having to look at it or think about it. And as silly as this may seem, there's several sight companies out there that don't have a definite stop at the yardage in which you want it to. And you're only going to get that is if this part moves separately up and down infinitely from this part. So to me, that's pretty important. But the real new feature here, more than anything, is the two vertical pins that line up that just look like two dots. And I'm going to see if you can get in on that pretty good. There you go. Well, that bottom pin is adjustable. So that would make it different than anything else that has two pins in it. You could obviously order a Spot Hog triple stack with two pins in it and achieve the same thing, which, if you're a Spot Hog guy, more power to you. Jump all over that. It's a great option. Because to me, the reason for another pin is simply if I've already decided how far I'm going to shoot and the animal moves, and it typically moves away. It doesn't typically move towards you. And you're not going to set the bow down and range and readjust. You have an additional indicator needle for that, say, not ideal situational shot that maybe you're going to take. Now, I would encourage you to not take that shot in reality, but I mean, I have to be forthcoming and honest. There's a good chance you're going to anyway. So at least you're most equipped to be able to achieve it if you're going to take the risk. So, and that pin moving is really simple. It's just a set screw, if I remember right, in the side here. Where's the hole? Oh, it's in front. Sorry. Thanks, buddy. Okay, so in the front of the sight, actually, do you want to record that and get tight so you can see it moving? So I get the right wrench here. There we go. I think that's it. Too much coffee this morning. So loosen your set screw here, come down to the bottom, and drive the pin up or down. It's smooth, it's clean, and you can infinitely set it at whatever adjustment you want. Now, I was told that the purpose of this is to try to get you out to up to a 20-yard difference between the pin that you're on and the pin that adjusts. So that you could do it whatever you want. If you wanted a 10-yard gap, a 15-yard gap, a 20-yard gap for that second pin, you can. And then, pull on tight here, the dual indicator needles allows you to adjust that to whatever yardage you want, and then move that second indicator needle to match that yardage. And so as you shoot down the rail and you have a sight tape on there, as your first pin goes to 50 yards, it tells you what the second one is at exactly, which is pretty cool. And that's not, the dual pin indicator, as far as I recall, was originally dual adjustable pin indicators was black gold. I think the dual indicator was spot hog, if I remember right, if I'm crediting that correctly. But the ability to move them independently is kind of nice. I might have that wrong. Black gold might have made 2 indicator needles first. I'm not positive, so if I'm wrong, let me know down below. I'm sure I'll find out about it, and somebody will tell me I'm dumb, and that's cool. Appreciate everyone's input and everything that you think is valuable to me, so I like to hear it. But this sight, to me, is exactly what I want, hands down. This does everything that I want for what I do. It's a very, very slick, clean setup, and it's not ridiculously heavy. In today's day and age, where we're trying to keep the weight down on a bow and trying to make it function as good as possible without it weighing 1,000,000 pounds, the fact that this is the weight that it is, I can't fathom you making this much lighter than it is pretty sweet. The dovetails for these, this is my homemade jobby, and I may or may not have a sample of what the finished product's going to look like right there. That goes in your Matthews if you're a Matthews V3X person who's just got to have that bridge lock system. Does fit good. It's a good overall fit. And these are supposed to start shipping pretty quick, but it's just a sample of it. But it looks much like the original ones, just proportioned appropriately for the bow, for all you Matthews guys out there. Still will come with a direct mounting base to it, so if you're not a Matthews guy but you want a dovetail, you can still buy the same thing and it'll work. So hopefully by the end of the month here, you can start getting this for any of their sites, I might add, not just this guy. It'll replace back here going forward in something that fits. I don't think there's much else to say about this site other than I love the crap out of it. For you guys that hunt in states that allow you to use electrical, they do sell a light kit that bolts on the top here and points at the fiber, so when you turn it on, it brightens the fiber here, and then all you see is the dots glowing. There's no halos, there's no reflections. It's a really cool system. It's pretty easy to add and pretty easy to take off. They do make lenses for these if you want to use some magnification. We're not allowed to use that here. Or if you want to use it for a target situation where you want a little magnification, they do sell a bolt-on lens assembly in 2-power or 4-power. I'm pretty sure. Might be more than that, but I'm pretty sure those ones for sure. That is an option for you. But other than that, it's everything that they've advanced forward over the years in black gold with, in my opinion, the best head system. We do have these on back order available on our website, and please don't ask me how long it's going to be because I don't have an accurate picture yet. By the end of the month, I should have an accurate picture of how often we're going to be getting how much. They're ramping up production because right now, if they don't, they're going to be at about the 10-month back order mark on this product. But they're ramping it up and seeking out a couple other people to help them build this to get the capacity up to where you can get it a lot quicker. Hopefully, we'll have a cleaner, better picture, which I will post on our Instagram, lead times and expectations for these sites as they change. So if you subscribe here on the YouTube, if I get any new information or there's any changes to it, I'll make a video about it. But if it's all about production and when they're going to be coming out, just follow my Instagram and I'll post, dual track should be starting to flow in on this day, or we got 7 more in and we're fulfilling back orders. But as of right now, the only way you can get one of these from me is to back order it. And we ordered them in right-handed and left-handed and ordered them in 19 thousandths and 10 thousandths pins, and the standard configuration on the pin is green-red. We also ordered them in green-yellow. 19 thousandths is the standard pin size, green-red is the standard color. So if you want it quickest, order that. That's what we're likely to get first. We are selling it with the X-frame base and then a separate dovetail. If you just need a dovetail, put that on the back order and you will probably get that by the end of the month on just the dovetail. They're supposed to be shipping me a lot of those shortly, since we already kind of helped them get that figured out of who could help them make these quicker and fulfill all those back orders. I have over 200 of those on back order, and I don't have nearly that many back orders. So those will get fulfilled hopefully by the end of the month, the first part of February, somewhere in there. Fingers crossed. No promises, but hopefully that's what's going to work. But I am super excited about this site, and I would be even more excited if I knew they could ship tons of them and there wouldn't be a big old wait. But if you find one of these or get one of these, more power to you. I don't think there's a better site built. Personally, I love it. I'm just a little scared about lead times. So hopefully that doesn't make you too hesitant, but it's a pretty cool site from a really good company that's all 100% American made. They don't import anything. This is all made in Montana and Washington. As far as I know, there ain't a part on this that doesn't come from those two states. Head on over to podiumarcher.com. Maybe back order one of these. Maybe not. Check it out. Ask me questions. If there's stuff you're looking for I don't have, please ask. There's a good chance if I can put it on there, I will. If not, I'll tell you where to get it. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow along. Give me the comments. Let me know what you think. Maybe it's cool. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. I'd love to know what you think. So more than anything, guys, keep coming back. Appreciate you.